Welcome back to Awake and Bake, an educational, high vibrational, mystical, spiritual show. I'm your host, Danny. For today's Smoke With Me, we are going to be talking about a little gremlin that is near and dear, not to my heart, but in my life. Her name is Hypervigilance, okay? It's the Are You Mad At Me monster, the little fucking bitch. So before we talk about her, let's talk about what we're smoking. I am smoking my Megan's Organic Market 510 thread pink battery, and inside that battery, I have this cartridge from Level. It's their Boost cartridge, so it's THC, THCV, and CBG. I like this one because the THCV helps me be productive, energized, yeah. Bitch, make sure you have something to hydrate with, okay? I brought back the Spindrift, okay? The Spinny D. Pinkies up, and if you do this one, I don't know, it's like rock on. Y'all, today we have to talk about hypervigilance. This is a little fucking monster that has run my life for a very long time, but no longer, okay? No fucking longer. How many of y'all can relate when you're with a friend or in a relationship? For me, it comes up most in my very close personal relationships. So like best friendships, work relationships, and like my romantic partnership. I'm always wondering, like, is this bitch fucking mad at me? And then I overanalyze every little thing they do, every change in their breath, their behavior. I notice everything, basically. And then that leads me to constantly ask, oh my God, are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? They're not mad at you, but if you keep fucking asking, they will be. And that's what I've learned from experience. Now listen, hooker, I know you're not purposely doing this to be fucking annoying. At least I'm not, so I'm gonna assume neither are you. We do this because it is literally like a trauma response. I know it's not your fault, bitch, okay? But it's still your responsibility. We have to be the ones that take control of managing this and how we handle this, because unfortunately, it doesn't just piss people off, but it actually like makes them feel like you don't believe them. Like there's actually an issue when there's not an issue. What is just hypervigilance to you comes off to them as monitoring them emotionally. And that doesn't feel good. For me, I have to really remember that what's going on in my head is literally not what's going on in their head. 99.99% of the time. I don't even want to say that. I want to say 100% of the time. Don't ever think, bitch, okay? 100% of the time, what's going on in your head is not what's going on in their head. So not only is it going to seem really crazy and out of the blue when you're like, are you mad at me? And they think everything's fine, but it can actually hurt their fucking feelings. Because what if they think y'all are both just there having a great time, and then all of a sudden you're like, are you mad at me? And then they're like, what? Were we not just sharing like a beautiful moment? And then you're like, no, we were, but I just wanted to make sure we were. And then they're like, yeah, but now it doesn't feel like we were anymore. I thought we were on the same page. And you see what you've done? And then when you continue to ask them, that's where it causes like almost trust issues, because they're like, okay, so you don't fucking believe me. So you, like, and then they start to feel like you're questioning them and like kind of coming at them, when the whole time you're not. You're literally just wanting them to repeat themselves. Yep, everything's good. Trust me. But that's not how it's coming off. It doesn't matter how you spin it. That is not the way it comes off. That's not the way it feels. Just stop doing it. It's fucking annoying. I'm sorry, and I'm not mad at you. I am you, okay? We are the same. Let's take a hit. So here's the other reason that we don't want to give in to this temptation. It's honestly like an addiction. When you keep asking and keep asking and keep wondering and like keep that whole cycle continuing, then it's just going to continue and it's going to get stronger. The urge is going to get stronger. The need is going to get stronger. But when you start reversing it, you're going to lessen the urge, first of all, and you're going to make that muscle stronger of being like, no, wait, I'm confident, I'm calm, I can reset myself, I can reassure myself, everything is fine. And also, everything is fine. And I'm going to tell you why. This whole time we've been talking about fixing your emotional traumas, your emotional flaws, your emotional triggers, right? But bitch, if something's wrong and they're not just flat out telling you in the moment when it's wrong that, hey, something's wrong, then they're emotionally flawed and triggered too, bitch, okay? And that's their beef and their issue, and you don't need to monitor that. But just assume everything is fine unless they literally tell you everything is not fine. It is not your job to emotionally monitor them and have to worry about like, did I just piss them off? How are they going to react right now? How are they reacting right now? If something's wrong, they will tell you. If they don't tell you, it's their fucking fault. If something's wrong and they're not telling you, they also need to work on themselves, okay? But that's another video for another time. It is not easy, okay? I think communication is really important. So having communication with the person that you usually have this issue with or like this trigger with, telling them, hey, I'm going to try to stop asking you this. I know it really bothers you. I'm really going to work on it. I'm going to start reminding myself X, Y, Z, and just like being open about it with them. I find that helps a lot with me personally, because this is something that has stuck with me throughout my entire life that I'm really, really working on fixing. I go through phases of it gets really bad, and then I kind of get better at handling it. And then I go through phases of like it happens way less, and then periods where it happens way more. And I would just like to not have as many phases of it. So that's what I'm actively working on right now. Wanted to share it with y'all. Maybe we're all working through the same thing, you know, the way the collective consciousness works. Not only do I think, oh, I can't be the only one. I hope I'm not the only one. Please comment below if you can relate to this, please. I don't want to be the only one. And honestly, just lie to me. Just lie to me and be like, hey, bitch, you're not the only one. Please. I'm going to get vulnerable. I'm going to get personal and share a personal example of what helped me, and also just like an example of communication. So my husband knows that I'm working really hard on not asking, are you mad at me? And I've been working on that since the day we met. Basically, we had like a really nice talk a couple weeks or months ago. I don't even remember at this point. And he was saying how happy he is that we're at this stage in our relationship where we literally are like, we're married as fuck, been married for a few years now. We have established ourselves like in our space, in our community, with our pets, with each other's families. Like now it's just like routine. It's just normal. He doesn't have to worry about it basically. And I was comparing our beginning like talking stage and how hard we both tried. Not that we don't try hard now, but it's a different type of trying hard, that we have different responsibilities and we know each other in different ways that we can like better assist each other. But yeah, I was just comparing like, oh my gosh, our relationship right now doesn't perfectly match the way that it used to be. And it's changed and it's evolved. And my husband was like, yeah, and I love that. And like, I was hoping he loved that because I loved it too. But like, you know how anxiety is, like you just start making weird comparisons and problems that don't exist. So I was like, I wonder if because our relationship dynamic has shifted even a little bit, which it should, we have both grown and changed as people, so has our relationship. And like, that's normal, that's healthy. Basically, it was me just creating a situation. I communicated about it. He was like, no, I love that. So now when I want to ask like, oh my gosh, is everything okay? Like, are you mad at me? Because I don't know, because we're both a little quiet one night, because I'm not like up his ass or he's not up my ass. He loves this. He loves that it's just normal. He loves that he doesn't have to worry about it. I don't know if that helps you guys, but that was what's helping me. Basically, I'm just saying there's no shame in communicating. Like, yes, this is a you problem. Like, this is something that you have to handle, but you don't have to do it alone. And if you're open and you communicate with your partner or whoever it is that you're really having this trigger with, if they love you, then they'll be open to like wanting to help you through it and work through it. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. That's what I've been doing. I have noticed, especially when I talked about how it's kind of like an obsession or like an addiction, like the more you feed it, the more it grows. I really have noticed that since I've been trying really hard not to feed it, and I have not been feeding that little hypervigilant monster, she hasn't really been as bad. Like, I've been having a lot of happier days. I've been having less anxiety, and when it does come on, I just force myself to not ask, are you mad at me? Is everything okay? Because I'm like, he will tell you. If something's wrong, he will tell you. He's a grown-up. He's a big boy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma, anyone you know who likes to smoke weed and talk about the universe. And please leave a comment. Let me know what you would like to talk about next, what you want to see from me. And as always, stay high.